Hi, I'm Johnny Marques, and welcome to the All Knowing Podcast. We all have people we admire, heroes, people we look up to, people we try to emulate. At the All Knowing, we look into people's personalities by using different systems such as numerology, astrology, and life charts. A deep dive in a persona, if you will. It is our hope that we can help break down what makes a person, who they are, their traits, their actions, and their possible beliefs. And in doing so, help you understand if you have similar virtues. If you like the show, don't forget to push like. Or if you have someone that you want us to do a life chart on, please leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the All-Knowing Experience. I'm Johnny Marques, and just a quick reminder to push the like button or also to subscribe as it helps the channel. And today we have Sally Faubion. Hi, Sally.
Hi.
So what we're going to do today is a little bit of an experiment. I don't know a ton of info about this person, but she happens to be the number one, or was, I take that back. She was, now she's number two, reigning queen of TikTok. Her name is CHARLI D Amelio. She was born in Norwalk, Connecticut on May 1st, 2004. She is a Taurus, and until recently, as I said, she was the reigning queen of TikTok. She started at 15 years old making dance videos, and she has way over 100 million followers and makes on average $48,199 per post. So every time she posts, she's making 48 grand.
Wow.
So she started posting dance videos during and probably a little before COVID, and it hit like wildfire. And in 2021, amassing for the year in her earnings $17.5 million, which made her the top earner on TikTok. She was the first person to gain, as a teenager, 100 million followers. With millions of followers and multiple endorsement deals. I mean, we wanted to dig into what makes a person a number one or two now TikTok star. So if you will, Sally.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot here. I mean, I can see why she would go for the stage, because she does have a very powerful character number, which happens to be the 9. The 9 is the number of the humanitarian. It's a very elevated symbol, and anytime there's a 0 associated with any number, it means divine guidance, divine inspiration, and divine protection. So she's got that going for her too. Then she was born on the 1st of a month, and the 1 is comparable to the 9. It's just that it's the most independent, individualistic of all the numbers. The 9 is a little bit more audience oriented. The 1 is more, I'm going to get down to the nubbins of this and be the best, because she won't even get in the game unless she thinks she can win. And that's what the 1 gives her. And then full edition of her birth date is a 3, which is very much associated with the arts. And so, of course, being a dancer, she's a dancer. She could be an artist, a different type of artist, but she also has the 4 as her motivator. And the 4 is a number of dedication, conscientiousness, total responsibility, never say die, and just goes full bore. when she's involved in whatever she would get involved in, which of course is this, which is probably why she's made as much money as she has, because she's got the numbers going for her, where she can also be very attractive to people because she knows how to pull that off too. And I mean, she's got all the numbers combined that would give her a personality that people would want to come back and watch, I would say. Because
Wow.
eloquence, she can have eloquence. She's very bright, very intelligent. And she's just, she's top of the line here. So
Wow. Yeah, there was a couple of videos that I watched before because I was trying to figure out what knocked her from 1 to 2, and she was basically dancing and doing these dance videos and stuff, and then had quite a bit of controversy because they also did a what do you call it, a web series where she didn't act politely at a dinner that they set up, and a lot of her fans, a lot of people didn't like that she wasn't being proper or polite to the people
well,
around her. So that caused her to lose a lot of fans. I'm
well,
assuming because of the age, being young and all that. So
well, she does have the numbers that for most people, if you approach her in a way that she doesn't like, or that she feels she's being put down or dishonored in some way, that she can really blow a cork, because the 9 is the Mount Vesuvius temper number, and that's her primary character number. And so it can cause her problems. And the 1 can too, because the 1 will pull away and pull in and won't let anybody get near them. So those are the really two most powerful numbers that are out there as far as personality is concerned. And she's got both of them. And it's no wonder that she's gone as high as she's gone, because they can also take you shooting through the rafters, with if you have a talent, for
right, right.
sure.
Are
But
you
she does have a time coming up where the problems will come in greater for her, because she's young now. As she gets up into her latter 20s is where I see this, and it goes for quite some time. But really at this time now, she, even though is it this year? It's not so much this year, because she has a number of bounty and good fortune going for her right now, which of course she is getting. So, it's kind of like, what does she care? She's number 2. She's got
right?
bucks galore,
Right.
and
She's I'm wondering if it bothers her that she's number 2 instead of number 1.
well, I'm sure it does, because I mean, because those 2 numbers, the 9 and the 1, they want to be the lead. They want to be at the top. I mean, it's one of the reasons she got there, really,
Wow.
was because of the motivation of those kinds of numbers. Very,
Wow.
very, very powerful numbers.
Just
Yeah.
just goes to show you that, I mean, the more you put yourself out there, you can do or say something and totally be canceled, or your numbers, your followings, I mean, go down in just a day, a week. And it's so funny that the times that we live in now, that everything is surrounded by likes.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you
And the thing is, there's the high road, the low road, and the in-between road of all the numbers. And so because she's kind of throwing her weight around, because because she's wealthy at this point at such a young age, she probably thinks she's pretty much all that. And that ain't going to go over well, with
right?
fans, because they want to feel a closeness to her, that they can identify with her.
You brought up a good point. What do you think of that? I was thinking about this before we started talking about, we're in this age of the children are starting to take care of the parents based on their worth. I mean, by making videos, and $17 million for a year's worth of work. I mean, it used to be where like the parents were in control, and now we seem to be in this strange time. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that we can look at Britney Spears in that regard, because the parents still have power. They have power over their children, absolutely. And
Right,
so, it depends on who you've got, and the parents are going to get all involved in the power as well and want to keep it, you know, just
right,
like what happened to Britney Spears.
right,
So I don't think it's all a smooth sailing ride here, for these young people either. I mean, there's still egos involved, and also the parental rights, I would say, in certain respects, when they're very young. I mean, she's getting old enough that that's her own money and she can take care of it, just like what happened with Britney Spears. But it depends on who she's having handle things for her as well.
right, right. So do you see her in the next you said seeing in the years coming up, there's still going to be problems, or I mean,
Oh, there's definitely going to be some a setback for her that goes for
oh,
quite a long time. But I mean, I hate to even put that out there at this time. I mean, it's a ways away,
right,
but still, she will be in her 20s, and I would say that it's her comeuppance. One of the things that I understand from doing this kind of work for more than 40 years is that nothing happens by mistake, and everybody has pockets of challenge. And that's what I'm seeing in her chart right now, is a fairly
right.
large pocket of challenge. And that means that there's going to be some comeuppance with
Wow.
certain ways that she becomes. And she could become very arrogant with the two numbers that I talked about, the 9 and the 1. They just, I'm it and you're not, kind of thing.
Right.
So that could be some of what happens in relation to her achievements and so on. But
Right.
it's there, and it will come, and she will go through it, and she'll come out the other side, and she'll have a very long period of positivity again. So she'll learn some lessons, and
Right.
that's what life's all about. That's what
It
we're all
just
doing here.
it just makes me wonder, in this day and age where at such a young age, all this fame, all this money, and then the possibility of becoming number two, number 10, and then kind of, the numbers dwindle, and what that does to the child's psyche, because they're not raised on how to deal with that, because from as early as they can remember, um they were the it person or the main focus of attention. So it's going to be
Well,
quite
I don't
interesting to
see her
see.
as really spiraling just down completely, but I do see that she's going to have some years where she's going to have to look at herself and say, okay, maybe I need to make a little bit of a different approach, and so on, because she has some pretty good numbers going out in her future. And I take the charts out to 90 years old. Sorry. Oh.
It's
Anyway,
okay.
so um,
All right.
I think that it's on its way. It's going to be a while out. But again, I don't think I've ever seen a chart of anyone that did not have challenges, no matter how high they got. I mean, I can
Right.
look at Elon Musk and tell you he's got
Right.
plenty of challenges. you know.
But the fascinating thing about this, and the reason why I wanted to do it, was that at such a young age, for one, and then also we like to keep with people that make, for a lack of a better word, huge contributions to society. And not that the entertainment's not there, but I mean, come on, she got popular and famous for dance videos, and on this platform TikTok, which people have mixed views on, about being distracting and leading America down the toilet, because uh, only wanting to pay attention to TikTok and make silly videos.
Mhm.
So it's going to be quite interesting to see where this all goes. But the thing
Yeah,
that
she's
fascinates,
already seeing some of what can happen, and I imagine, because what I see here is that she is acknowledging that she has to up her game to some degree, but there is this element where she, in some ways, because of her following, they're very unfaithful in a way if there's something else that looks a little bit better, and so on. So I think it's a real slippery slope in a way to think that if you're just going to climb and climb and climb and climb and climb and never have a fall.
Right.
That's
But
not
I
what
mean,
I see in the chart.
I'd love to be in a room and have a conversation to hear what she thinks about it, because like I said, that, ever since that she can remember, that's all she knows, and just when a noisy room goes silent and you have no control over that, what that does to a child. So, I mean, it's
Well, and it's
very, very
not just that
fascinating.
she's a child at this point. She's really has, I mean, she's learning a lot of things because I'm sure she has a lot of people around her that are helping her to deal with all the various aspects of having a life like that. And the only thing is, she's got a pretty sizable ego. And that's one of the things that's going to get in her way, in a way, is if she can listen to the people that really know, that have the right information to tell her how to deal with this, that would be a good thing. But in some ways, if she doesn't like you, she ain't going to like you.
Right.
And, so on. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes.
For sure. Maybe 5 years from now, we'll come back and we'll revisit.
Well,
But
that's about the time that when things are really coming in for her that she might not have expected.
okay. All right. Well, Charlie, if you're listening, get Sally on the payroll and she'll guide you in the right way. So,
Sounds like a good idea.
okay. So it was quick, but it definitely wanted to visit this person who definitely has had success and been number one on a major platform with hundreds of millions of followers. So definitely someone that is worthy of looking into what makes her who she is. So thank you for looking into it.
Mhm.
Is there anything lastly that you would like to say? I mean, is there I want to say something. Where can people reach out to you? Or do you do that? People can reach out to
Oh
you?
yeah, I mean my website is sallysnumbers.com. So it's really easy.
Sally'sNumbers.com.
Sallysnumbers.com. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I live in
folks.
San Francisco. I mean,
Okay.
I've been doing this for many, many, many years. I can tell people what's coming and what's going.
Okay, so there you are, folks. If you want to reach out to Sally, sallysnumbers.com, and I'm sure that we'll have them down in not the comments, the bio as well. And once again, thank you, Sally, and we will see you again on the next all-knowing experience. And quickly push the like button and join us, as it will help the channel. And we'll see you next time.